We have looked further into the president's past, where there are more allegations about the way he behaved towards women. Much of it centres on his hometown in the late 80s and 90s. We met someone who was there. He doesn't want to be identified. He says Donald Trump hosted and attended parties after modelling events. The models were young, the men were much older.
There was a lot of cocaine around, there was a lot of alcohol. They were all older men. These were guys who could easily be their fathers, two times over. You had men in their 50s, 60s on up. It was kind of like a feeding frenzy. The girls were there as consumables, let's just call it that.
And when you say consumed, do you mean that the men were having sex with them?
Yes, that's the whole point of it. They were there to get laid.
We've spoken to a number of sources who saw Donald Trump at the parties. Most paint a similar picture.
Just describe to us the way Donald Trump behaved at these parties.
I mean, this guy was, it was like a predator in action. We do know that he was having sex with them.
How do you know that?
Because the next day or days after we'd hear about it, he'd brag about it to his friends, and it would get around that he scored, maybe one or two girls at a time, which is what he loved to do.
But what's most shocking is the age of some of the models at the parties.
There was girls, I would say 14, 15 years old, from Europe, the European girls.
They were 14 or 15?
There were girls that were 14, 15 years old, for sure. I mean, I didn't run up and say, how old are you? But they looked younger than I was, and I was 17. You just knew because of what they were wearing and how they would hold themselves.
And these girls are all anywhere from 14, 15, 16 years old. There was very few girls above the age of 19 there.
And you saw Donald Trump with these girls who were that young, 15, 16?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, they're standing around with them, ogling them.
It was just disgusting. I felt like I was in the presence of a shark getting ready to roll his eyes back in his head and bite me. That's how I felt. It was just like, get the hell out of here.